All right, welcome. We'll get started here in a couple seconds. Just give a couple more minutes of people to show up. I know I myself came on a little late. So we got 188 registered, 32 on so far. It's numbers game. It's a numbers game. It's been a while since I gave one of these hangouts any which way. If you can hear me, go ahead and type yes, we can hear you, or hello, or something in the little chat box, so I know I'm not just talking to myself here. All right, good. I got somebody talking. Good. All right. Like I said, the whole purpose of this hangout is to talk about FutureNet and how to use it to grow your existing business. A lot of people are getting confused about it and distracted and kind of all over the place about it, when at the heart it's just social media. It's social media marketing, and it should be treated as a social media platform, just like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, any other site you have out there. So that's kind of why I wanted to talk a little bit today about using it. And if you have specific questions, make sure you ask them, and I can maybe address a couple questions along the way. But the number one goal, or the number one way you should be using it, is just as a social media platform. Don't get distracted over the matrix or the comp plan or anything else. It's just another place to post your stuff, to grow your network, and to expand your business. I mean, it's really just that simple. So that's kind of the basis of some of the stuff I want to talk about today. Might go into a little bit of mindset as well. One of the premier social media marketers, Gary Vaynerchuk, says social media, it's a place where people have conversations, and every single social media platform has a different way of communicating on it. For example, you have Twitter, which is very small burst of chat. I think it's like 160 characters. It's like a sentence, and then maybe you can attach a picture or something, but that's how you have to communicate your message on Twitter. Now, when you go to Facebook, it's obviously a little bit different. You have, you can type as much text as you want, I think. I think there is a limit. I'm not exactly sure, but you can type a pretty good amount, and you can add pictures. You can add movies. You can use your cell phone. If you have an iPhone, you can do the Facebook Live videos. I myself don't have an iPhone, so I got an Android, so I just do the videos and then upload them later. But the point is, it's a different style of communication on Facebook compared to Twitter. And then when you go to a place like Pinterest, it's different altogether. You show pictures and you communicate through pictures rather than your words, and so on and so forth. So I see one person saying that they've lost me. Can anyone else hear me? I just want to make sure folks can hear me. See everyone coming in saying hello for everyone for showing up. Thanks for showing up. But again, this is just to talk a little bit about how to. Okay, good. You hear me? Good. This is just how to use FutureNet to grow your business, and the same thing. It's just like Facebook, virtually identical to a degree. Sometimes when you're typing and stuff like that, the text can get a little funky. For example, every time I type a large paragraph, it won't let me space it out like I want to sometimes. But other than that, it's just like Facebook basically. And also, The only other thing I've noticed is that you can only attach one picture per post, whereas Facebook, you can attach like 3, 4, 5 pictures a post. Whereas, FutureNet, I don't think you can. But either which way, just small little details. The thing I really want to talk about, seems like a copy of Facebook is this legal? Yes. I mean, everything copies each other out there. There's nothing original under the sun. And in a lot of cases, it differs from Facebook as well. Shift plus return spaces the lines out. I remember that. See, you show up to a webinar where I'm talking about how to use FutureNet and you guys are teaching me stuff. But that's just how it is. I mean, it's just number one, social media. So just the income, just don't even think about that yet. And then that will make it easier for you to use it as another place to grow your list, if you will. Going back, a guy I follow, Frank Calabro, talks about, network of distribution and things like that. Whereas, in this case, that's what FutureNet is. It's just a place for you to grow your network, to build a large list of people that you can eventually market to. Now, you don't want to be obnoxiously marketing to the people on FutureNet, i.e. spamming, as you can already see some people doing, but just think of it as a social media site, number one. The absolute easiest way to go about it is, if you're doing free marketing, if you're doing videos, blog posts, social media posts, if you're doing anything of that stuff that's considered free marketing, it's not entirely free because it costs you time. If you're doing free marketing, at the bottom of every single piece of content you put out there, just have connect with me here. You know how it always has follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Just do that same thing, but include your FutureNet link. That way you're not so direct in your marketing. You're kind of being indirect about it, which in some cases it resonates better with folks. I'm sure most of you on here have heard about needing a tripwire. That what a tripwire is just like it's a small offer, $7, $1 free trial, $10 little ebook, just something to get you spending your money, because that's priced real low. And the idea is, once you spent, the $1, the $5, the $10, the $15, whatever it is, it's going to be that much easier to get you to keep spending money and to spend more money. And so you have little tripwire offers. Whereas, for example, a lot of folks on here are using Power Lead System. The tripwire offer for Power Lead System, I'm sure we all know, is Lead Lightning. One time, $7 to make a person a buyer. And then once they spend that one time $7, it's easier to get them to spend money down the road. Well, take that and then apply it to create a free social media account. And what do you think is the lower tripwire, if you will? What do you think is the easier? What do you think it's easier to do? Can you get a whole lot of people to spend $7 one time, or can you get a whole lot of people to create a free social media account? You see what I'm saying? So once folks create that free social media account, it should be really easy for you to get folks to sign up for the free social media. Because if they just log in and just check it out for a day or two, they'll see that they're getting 5 cents or 3 cents or whatever kind of cents it is. And then from there, it's a matter of going from there to the $10 matrix. You know, you can talk about that on your wall, not directly, talking to that person. You can talk to the person, just have a conversation, but on your own FutureNet wall, that's where you can post things about your business. And so hopefully this is making sense. So you just think about this, just take a step back. When, you take a step back, you think about the long term. Okay. When you sign people up in different things, they want to know a few things. They want to know if you're going to be there to help them, if you're going to help them learn the system, if you're going to help them make money with it, whatever the case may be. They want to know all of that. What better way than to have them connect with you in one of your social media sites? You see what I'm saying? So when folks connect with you there, they have that open line of communication. And so once they get that open line of communication, they get the warm and fuzzy, they feel good, they know that they can reach out to you and talk to you and that you're a real person and that you'll answer their questions. And then eventually they're going to spend their money with you down the line. You see what I'm saying? So, a lot of people, they will promote a certain business and, that business has a certain price to sign up for it. And they'll just plow through the numbers until they get their signups. Or they can think a little bit more long-term, create relationships with the folks that they're trying to get to buy stuff from them, i.e. their email list. For example, every single one of us here has an email list, and we're all emailing our own email list to get those people to buy stuff from us. But they're not going to buy stuff from us until they see that we are going to be there for them. Hopefully this is making sense. If you have questions, type them in the box there. If you have different epiphanies, just let me know. But this is not so much like step one, do this, step two, do that. This is just more of the background, I don't want to say theoretical stuff, because this is the stuff that I'm doing on a daily basis. Again, the past 16 days using this platform generated $6,000. So you know what I'm saying? And so how I was able to do that was establishing relationships with folks, opening lines of communication, and then from there, showing them that I'm going to be there to help them. And then that right there leads down the road for them to join me in the business, if that makes sense. You're not going to do that unless you are doing that for your folks. They're not going to join you in anything unless they see you being there for them. So again, if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the side. I'm going to probably go open up my FutureNet thing here for a little bit and talk about a couple quick things. But again, if you do have questions, leave them in the side. Kind of a quiet crowd today. Let me know if I'm boring you and your eyeballs are glazing over, or if you're getting some good information. But again, I'm gonna open up my my FutureNet account here just for a few things. I'm also going to cover, the rotator. There's a few people doing the rotator at the higher levels for folks. I'm not 100% sure or certain on that. I also want to talk a little bit about what some people are doing. They're doing the pay it forward thing. I I don't know about that either. If you're following me on Facebook, you saw I dropped a video a little bit ago about that whole pay it forward concept and the type of people that you would attract by doing that. And my thing is, if folks don't trust you enough for $10, then it's you either have to work on yourself, your own belief and conviction and what it is you're doing, or find something else to do. So hopefully that makes sense. Just think about that before you start going out there talking about pay it forward and all of this stuff and different things. A little bit, I see another one. I don't understand the matrix part of the website. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. What you're actually getting. Matter of fact, I'm gonna open my screen share here for a second. Talk about a little bit of I just clicked on the wrong thing. It's been a while since I've done one of these hangouts. That just means I need to do more. So hopefully you should be seeing my own account. It's loading up. I don't have the fastest internet in the world, but we see this. So this right here is my account. And again, this is just a social media platform for starters. Now I'm going to, and the only thing you have to do is just log in and use it as a social media account and talk and post and like and comment on people's things and not necessarily spam your stuff all over the place, as you can see a lot of other people doing. So the one question I had was about the matrix. Here you can find everything about the business under business on the left side. Hopefully you can see that. You just log into your main account, go down here under business, click on business. Also, the spots in the matrix, what you're actually getting is these things called media points. Hopefully you see my mouse on the side here. You see media points, and these media points are different amounts of points you can use to buy things within the FutureNet site. I'm going to use my points to buy a blog, and then eventually I'm going to start messing around with the rest of the stuff here. But I'm not really getting too much into all of that stuff. The biggest thing I do, I'm a blogger, so I'm going to use my points for blogging, and then as time goes on and they release more features and stuff like that, I'll use the points for that kind of stuff. I just want to say that's what you're buying when you get in the matrix, pretty much. So here, just click on French Tree Back Office. This right here is the matrix side. I'm gonna just go back here to the room, see if there's any questions. Can anyone join FutureNet? Yes. So your 16 days and 6,000 is it's not necessarily a record, but what I want to stress is that I've had a network of folks already who have joined me in different things already. And that is a big reason as to why I was able to generate that cash. So I'm gonna just click on one tree. This is just $1,000 level. All the folks up here at this level, I'm going to is what we're putting on the rotator. But I'm not really trying to get into the. Actually, let me go. I'm gonna go to the $25 level. I want to talk about a few different things here. Is the one. I see people now. I see people asking a bunch of questions. So how do we connect FutureNet PLS with the primary business? I'm going to be talking about that here in a little bit. The main idea is, number one, it's a social media platform. What I do, I think you actually missed my little blurb on that, Anthony. How do we connect our FutureNet PLS with a primary business? What I do is on everything I post online, my videos, my blog posts, my social media posts, I have a connect with me on FutureNet. And my emails at the bottom of my email, connect with me over here. Just like how people have, like us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, whatever. I do the same thing, but for this platform. And then on this platform is where I will post about my business. Or when I get the email from the place saying, hey, you signed up this person, I'll try to send that person an email saying, hey, I'm Rob Frazier. I sponsored you in this business. Here is what I'm promoting on the site. And then I'll send them what it is I'm promoting. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not building an email list per se. I'm building a list here. And as I build a list here, I get paid here from this site. And then I take that and it just kind of snowballs. So hopefully that kind of makes sense and gives you a few ideas. I use the, when people ask, how do I promote this site? Bam, Power Lead System. You need the share code. What share code? I'm working on my own, but right now I'm using the Mark Crosby and Steve Doradale. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but they came up with a share code. I'm just using their thing for now. Also, I go on YouTube a lot. I go on YouTube, I snag YouTube videos, and I put them on my own Power Lead System pages. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you something right here. FutureNet overview and presentation. So this page that's coming up is a page that I've made with the Power Lead System.
Okay, guys, very, very good.
And the only thing I did was snag a video off of YouTube and put a link underneath to go to my account. So, I mean, and this is just real simple to do within the Power Lead System. And then I'll take this link and I'll email it to my list. And that's how I'm getting a lot of signups. So, I think I answered most of the questions there. Hopefully, if I answered your question, Anthony, let me know if that answered it. Are you using the Leaders League funnel? No. I want to join. That's not the place where we'll talk about that later. Can anyone join FutureNet? Yes, it's a social media platform. You don't have to go all into, the diatribe about making cash and all that kind of stuff. Just a social media place to go to talk social media. Is the 185 upgrade in Ad Pro live yet? I don't think so. I haven't been using it. I haven't been trying, to be honest. Just because I'm taking it step by step. I don't want to overload myself with trying to do 50,000 different things, and things aren't fully working yet over here. So I'm personally holding back. Like I said, this thing came out and then everyone's kind of freaking out, and you got this whole big social media war between Frank and Big and Ari, and and I'm just kind of sticking out of it and just doing my own thing like I normally always do. I'm loosely following both folks, but the thing is, again, I keep saying this over and over and over again, and I'm gonna keep saying this over and over and over again till folks get it. Number one, it's just another place to post about your business. So just get that. Just another place to post your business. It's a premium member only if you have paid the $10, $25 level. I don't understand the question. I'm gonna just go into about the different things. Each of these matrices, you get media points. And what I'm learning so far, and what I'm going to use these media points for, is for the blog. But you use these media points, you can buy all this stuff over here. I don't recommend jumping headstrong into all this stuff just yet. Again, I'm a blogger. I like writing articles, things like that. So I'm gonna hang around the blog. Not gonna buy the landing pages and all this stuff just yet because we have the Power Lead System and we don't really need it. But again, it's up to you. But that's just what I'm doing with it so far. Now, when you bring in 40 plus people, you open up 2 positions. So I'm gonna just show a couple quick things here. Because on a $25 level, got in 52 folks so far. Now, You see these two green guys? This one green guy is me. And I filled most of this whole level up. A couple guys went out and got other folks. Also, now that this guy is kind of maxed out, this other green guy is my second position. This other green guy right here. Hopefully you can see him. Now, this guy is my default. Like, for example, this was my main account. I filled it all up. Now I'm working on this guy's level, which is helping all of, I think this guy helps all of these people, to be honest, or his matrix kind of goes out like that. But what happens is that second position, I'm going to just show you this number 2. Him, all of these folks is helping all of the other folks I showed you in the other screen. And this guy is my default. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. But it's after every time you bring in 40 folks, and I brought in 52, that happens. You open up another position and you can help people below you, move the whole thing along. So, and that happens at every single level. If someone already registered with someone is not happy with the sponsor, can they change their account? As far as I know, I don't think so. I just say, just keep plowing forward with it. I've got a lot of people who sponsored me in different things that I don't talk to anymore. I joined Four Corners under a guy. Me and him don't talk. Just difference of opinion, and we kind of had it out and just never talked to the guy. My sponsor in TLC, don't talk to the gal anymore. It just is what it is. I mean, my business is my business. It's not anyone else's business. It's my own responsibility. So, if you're not happy with your sponsor, just don't talk to them. Just keep working your business and don't worry about it. So hopefully that kind of answer your question there. Seems very complicated. No, it's a social media site. People get too caught up on this whole deal. Stop. The only thing you have to do is treat it as a social media. Treat it like Facebook. People are getting all distracted and all over the place and seems very complicated. Facebook, I'm sure, seemed very complicated in the beginning. And it's not. It's a social media site for you to go to start spreading the word about your business. A lot of people are, it seems complicated. The comp plan seems this, and the comp plan, just folks are putting the cart before the horse. Okay. If most folks aren't going to bring in the amount of people that I've brought into this company, just being honest, most folks are not going to do that. They will get so caught up on a comp plan and all of this things and not take any action, when at the end of the day, it's just like Facebook. Come over here, you say some stuff, you post some stuff about your business, you like and comment on other people's posts, you accept friends, and you'll start getting paid to do it. That's it. Don't it's not that's the whole reason why I wanted to do this hangout, because folks are getting distracted. They're getting bent out of shape. They don't understand it right now today. And it's going to be a little bit before you understand it. And, if folks can't do it, some folks are going to quit, and that's fine. But for the folks who stick it out, it can be very lucrative. Just that simple. So after you get 40 in the matrix, you get a new start. Question is, do you get to decide which position, where are you putting that guy? Yes, you can do that. You once you get 40, you'll have another little spot, and I'm gonna show you my $10 level just so you can see it. But some folks are getting bent out of shape about this. They're just like, well, I don't want to put this and that there. Just don't even worry about it. Some folks can't even bring in 5 people into a business, let alone 75. But see, all I did was I just bring people in at $10 level, and then sooner or later, when I log into my $10 level, I'll have this right here. and then you can select which $10 tree. When you haven't placed your second tree, it's going to be this white color right here. And then, you know, I'm going to just click on that first level again. You will see one of these men right here, or I call them men. They can be women. You'll see one of these persons here, and they'll be clear. And all you have to do is click on that clear guy, and you can see over here on the right side of the screen. Hopefully you can see that. Whoops, I got too big. You should see place copy tree here. You just click on one of the clear guys, you know, not here per se, but, you know, once you get 40 folks brought in, you click on one of those clear spots and you can place copy tree there. And then I'm just click on back to choose tree, click on the $10 level. Again, don't get too distracted and caught up in this. And you just click on the second guy, and then that'll be your second little tree. This is my second tree. Now I'm about to get a third. And so what I'll do is I'll find one of these clear men, women, you know, clear people, and then I'll click on that and just go through the same process. But again, don't worry about all that stuff. Just worry about building your social media account here. Work on just connecting with friends, you know, having your folks sign up for a free account and just treat it as a social media site. You see what I'm saying? Don't worry about it, because what folks are doing, they're not going to understand it, and they're not going to take any action, and their business is going to suffer because of it. So hopefully that's making sense. So do you buy solo ads for FN? No, not at this point. After you get 40 in the matrix to get a new, yeah, I think I answered that question. Is it a bit like Traffic Monsoon, other traffic exchanges, many populated with marketers? Would it compete with Facebook? You're asking large esoteric questions, but regardless, you know, it's going to be as successful as the members. You know, if people don't want to use it, then it's not. But if people like me see the value in it and use it, I'm going to use it. One thing that I like about it is it doesn't cap your friends. On Facebook, people come up to me all the time. Hey, Rob, I sent you a message on Facebook, but you have 5,000 plus, you know, over 5,000 friends. I think I actually have like 4,800, but I'm maxed out. I'm capped. And so what I do is I say, hey, come over here, send me a message over here, and we'll start chatting over here. And then we can, you know, keep talking business. And that's how I use this platform, you know, so, and that's how I lead with using this platform. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. Do we need to buy programs in order to have 3 different programs or 50 cover all 3 levels? Each one is I want to say builds on the other. You need it cost the total, so it's going to be 35. Don't laugh at my math. It's going to be what, 85-ish for these 3, and then, you know, it goes on up. So it's like what, 1885 or whatever for every single spot. Again, don't worry about maxing out and all of this stuff, because the rev share, again, if you followed me, you know, I'm going back to the little hangout here. If you follow me, you know what I do in the rev shares. The whole point is to leverage the rev share to pay for traffic. You know, I take the rev share, the money that I make in a rev share, I take that money out and I buy traffic over and over and over again. That's what I do. And in the same way that this site is supposed to launch the same idea, their own rev share, I'm not banking on it just yet. What I'm doing is I'm still using Traffic Monsoon, and you know, that's how I've got it for free, using free money, if you will. I leverage Traffic Monsoon, so I'm not coming out of pocket. Why do you not keep filling that first position? Because I'm answering Steve's question. Why do you not keep filling that first position? Because it's getting too. It's just more concentrated to start a new position underneath them on that second level. You know, as you keep building and going wide, I'm trying to explain this here. As you keep going wide, it's going to be far and few in between before you can fill in that whole matrix. I'm trying to find something I can explain this with. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to my screen share to kind of answer that question. So right now you should be seeing my little spot here. So for example, if I'm this guy and I'm building here, as this whole thing grows in each direction, it's going to be longer before any of these guys get spillover. See what I'm saying? Like if I have 3 folks underneath me, it's real easy to get those guys up and running. But that next level, it gets harder because now I got to do 3 times the work. So if I have 3 guys, 1, 2, 3, each of these guys has a guy. They get, their spillover. You see what I'm saying? But as this line multiplies, I got to work 3 times as much, or, cubed, I guess you should say. I got to do cubed amount of work to help all of these guys, where I can start a new position and it shortens that whole working curve, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go back to the hangout. Hopefully that makes sense. Is the coffee warm? It is. Yeah. But hopefully that kind of understand. When you get another position, it helps everybody above, and it just kind of duplicates you going down the line. So what's happening is the big heavy hitters are going to be able to drive more people into the organization down the line instead of just having one person up on top going down. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. Understand, but at least others out that would never. Actually, that other position will spread out as well, and it'll tap into the sides of does branch out, and it will tap into the sides down the road, and also a little bit deeper. You can actually place folks. I forgot I was still on screen share. I'm sitting here talking with my hands. Like for example, say I have a spot here, and he's going to start working the sides. That's how he's going to be. Also, a little bit deeper, I'm going to eventually place a person over here, and then eventually place a person over on the right to tap into the sides of the top tree. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain here, but but see, the thing is, folks are relying on the whole spillover idea when they should really get that out of their head, because the folks sitting there waiting on it to happen are going to be waiting for a long ass time instead of just getting to work, getting out there, building their own network, and taking care of it for themselves, if that makes sense. So hopefully I answered that question. Is TM still good for, it's not really TM hangout. What I'm doing with TM is I use that money to come over here and get active in FutureNet, and I'm still using it to buy traffic. I'm not 100% sold on any one of these rev share programs, to be honest. That's just me speaking from the heart. Some people don't like me saying that kind of stuff, so I don't voice my opinion too much on social media anymore. But I mean, that's just a simple fact. I don't trust them, and that's why I'm building traditional. If anything is traditional, I'm building traditional other businesses. Hopefully that answers the question. Also, if you have any other questions, I see Derek, he had to take off. If you have any questions, type them in. I'm not. The biggest thing is just use it as a social media site and don't worry about, all of the other stuff on there. That's what's getting people distracted and bent out of shape. It's just use it as social media. Another place, you wake up, you check Facebook, you check FutureNet, you post your stuff on Facebook, you post on FutureNet, you post on LinkedIn, you make it a short little blurb, you post on Twitter, and you go on about your day. Halfway through the day, you come on, you repeat, and then at the end of the day, you do the same thing and just make it a habit. And then from there, you can build on it. But also going back to what I was saying before, it's a tripwire thing to use. It's like if you're emailing folks about, whatever, Four Corners, Monsoon, TLC, whatever, and folks aren't signing up, say, hey, connect with me on FutureNet. Let's talk about it. And just kind of, I don't want to say bait it, but just leave it like that. And then when folks sign up there, just get them to that next step. Do you think FutureNet not going to last? I think it's going. I don't know if I understand. Do you think FutureNet going last? I think I get what you're saying. I think it's going to be around for a long time, and that's why I invested so much time into it. I think it's a very solid platform. And again, at its core, it's a social media site. Social media. I've asked you regarding TLC. Could you please read the question and answer it? This is a hangout on FutureNet. I'm not going to answer it. So, but again, going back to FutureNet, it is a social media platform to be used as such. So just relax and use it as what it's made to do. Now, whatever you're promoting, it all works hand in hand. And here's some things I want to share about multiple streams of income, multiple funnels, things like that. And this is things that I've learned. And I kind of want to tap into a couple things here. I want to just tap into a couple things here. There's two types of thinking. Okay, you have one person who came up with a 3-step system. He didn't exactly come up with it, but who's using a 3-step system and is insanely focused on that one system. And everybody else is a bunch of idiots who's doing anything else. That's one line of thinking. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong. Then you have another line of thinking who says, if you're emailing your email list and people are not joining anything you're emailing them about, then email them another offer, which kind of made a little bit more sense in my head. So if you're beating someone over the head with your business, whatever business you're in, whatever. So, Traffic Monsoon, you're talking Traffic Monsoon to your email list. You're beating them over the face. You're beating over social media with Traffic Monsoon all day long, and nobody's signing up. Well, then maybe it's time to just kind of throw a curveball and say, hey, you haven't signed up yet, or whatever the case may be. Join me on FutureNet and let's talk about it. Or, just connect with me on FutureNet and let's chat over there. Or you see what I'm saying? Or let me show you how I'm using FutureNet to build my business. You see what I'm saying? So that's less salesy and more of a value exchange. And so people are going to come to you to ask you, how are you doing it? Then they may be in another business and you say, hey, This is how I'm doing it right here. And then more than likely, it'll be easier to make that sale than it is to get that person signed up in your primary business per se. So hopefully that makes sense. This is getting into the little bit of the deeper mechanics, as I always like to kind of delve into, because it's just a different way of thinking. You can't just pound people over the head with a certain offer and then eventually they'll sign up. You have to present different things and think about it as a complete package. And that's what I want folks to understand. So different things that you've seen me promote, it's all part of a package. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So in my case, I'm working on my health. People know that. So, I have the health piece. Working on the finances, got the finance piece. Working on the marketing, got the marketing piece. Working on the traffic, which is, I'm going to answer, your question here. Got the traffic piece. So I can talk about improvement in all of these different areas. And I always have a way to link it back into different things I'm promoting. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not just hammering one thing all the time down people's esophaguses to, ad infinitum. I'm mixing it up a little bit, and I'm, spreading out my content over a bunch of different topics that is all under one general umbrella. Hopefully you get that. Hopefully that makes sense. And if you're understanding what I'm saying, just let me know. And also, which do you use more often, Traffic Me or Traffic Authority? I use them both. They're both the same. And in fact, what I'm personally doing is I just joined another offer, and it's for USA audience only. And I'm only going to use Traffic Authority traffic for it. And once I get some results, and I know I will, I'm going to start putting out content about it. And, it's just a real simple way of building a business. So we've been at it for about 50 minutes. If I don't really see a whole lot of other questions popping up, if you have a question, just leave it. I'm going to end up wrapping this up here in about 5 minutes. But again, going back, bigger picture wise, FutureNet is that it's a tripwire. It's something to just say, hey, if you're emailing you're emailing your list and nobody's signing up, say, hey, check out this social media platform that I'm using to build my business, and just tie in FutureNet to what it is you're emailing your list about, and just present a different aspect of your business. I noticed the top marketers promote multiple business. I see a lot of people got it. Yeah. And see, the thing is, there's two lines of thinking. The one line is insanely focused on one business, one system, one platform. But the problem is, what if something happens to that one business? You see what I'm saying? The guru can eat it because he's the guru or she's the guru, and they'll be okay. But the average person cannot. So, I tend to lean towards the other side. Whereas you have an email list of 5,000 folks, and you've been emailing those 5,000 folks about one offer, and maybe 1 to 5% of those folks have joined that one offer. Well, what about those other folks on your email list? Granted, some of those other folks are going to hate your guts because you're emailing them every single day. But another percentage of those folks just don't like whatever it is you're promoting. So if you're in something else, talk about it and email it to that same list. You see what I'm saying? And so you're not building 10,000 different funnels and promoting 10,000 different things. You have one list that you're building, and then you can just email multiple offers to it. hopefully that makes sense. Is FutureNet Pro open? No, as far as I know, no. I'm not using it. I'm waiting. I'm going to wait for a while. I'm just using Traffic Monsoon for now for the rev share. I think it's best to be in a top 10 in multiple business than to be number one in one. There's a limit to the other side as well. You have to just be smart about it. If you're in, multiple streams of outgo when you have no income coming in, then, you need to buckle down and focus on one. But after you get it up and running, you're off to the races. This is also why, I was able to sustain myself, talking about the multiple streams. For example, Traffic Monsoon and Power Lead System. Four Corners, Power Lead System. You see the common thing in between them, Power Lead System. And so the Power Lead System is what sustained my income through everything. But it's effortlessly creating two streams of income within one funnel. For example, TLC, Power Lead System. It goes hand in hand. So folks join me in a business, they need to get the marketing system. Bam, easy Power Lead System sale. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, the real product I'm selling is the Power Lead System, not so much the business in front of it so much. What I'm really selling is the Power Lead System. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. It's a little advanced sort of thinking there, but hopefully that kind of explains it better. But the thing is, it's just a systematic way to build your business. Say, hey, you didn't join, talking to your email list. I'm sure most of you on here have an email list. Matter of fact, type in how many leads you have. Like if you have 10 leads in your Aweber and 25 leads in your Power Lead System, add up those numbers and type it in the chat box. And I want to just talk a few things here, because hopefully I think this will really bring it home to folks, and it'll get folks giving me some feedback here, so I know I'm not just rambling my mouth about stuff. So whatever your email list is, your total amount of leads, estimate, you don't have to be exact, type it in the chat box. And I want to talk about a few things. I see I have 30, 200, 225. Still waiting. Probably just computer's gonna refresh and have a whole screen of numbers here. 500. And I just want to talk about these numbers. 1,500, we're getting there. 5,700, you should be close. 200, 21,000, getting up there. 10, got some work to do. The 4604. Sure you don't get 4603 or 4605? No, I'm just kidding. One thing I want to share, and I'm gonna wrap this hang up, is that it's always going to it's always going to be a percentage of those leads. 4,600, whether you have 4,600 leads or 10, it's always going to work out in this way. 80 to 90% of those leads are gonna just be idiots, flat out. They're gonna be morons. 10% may be serious. 5% will probably join, and that's a pretty bulky number, and it's usually around maybe 2 to 3% will actually join you in your business, and half of that, those folks will take it serious. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. Basically, if you have on average 100 folks opt in, you may have 1 to 3 people actually joining you in your business, whatever it may be. And then one person out of the three will actually take it serious and actually stick it out long enough to make anything work of it. So that being said, what's the only thing you have to do to really make money? Get more leads. I mean, that's really, really it. And it's just the more numbers you have, the more folks who are going to be interested. For example, I get 60,000 people on an email list. And every time I send out an email, anywhere from 3 to 5,000 will actually open the email. And then anywhere from, and it's funny, but anywhere from 3 to 500 will click on the links. And then anywhere from 1 to 3 will actually join something. And it always seems to work out that way. So think about that when you're thinking about your numbers there. And your Aweber must cost a lot. Yes, it's around $300 a month. As you grow your list, Aweber charges you more. And so right now I'm at $300 a month. Again, Traffic Monsoon pays for it. But yeah, it is a cost. It is a write-off as well. So just understand that. So wherever you're at on your numbers, just kind of scrolling back, the 500 to 225 to 200 to 30, it just takes getting more people, period. 25. So whether you have one person or whether you have, 60, 70,000 people on your email list, it's always going to resort to a small percentage of folks. Now, that being said, going back to my other points, you email them one offer, they don't join, email them something else that you may or may not be in and see how your folks respond to it. You see what I'm saying? And just keep doing that. And you don't go crazy with 10,000 different things. But, if you're promoting one thing and folks aren't joining, send them an email talking about this other thing you're in and see if that creates a response. And just kind of keep working it that way. Be systematic, be thoughtful. Understand that these are real people, real problems, real situations, real circumstances who are getting your emails. Some of them are going to be real angry about getting your emails, but just understand that. I mean, that's what we're in. We're in marketing. People are getting marketed to all over the place and, getting spammed all over the place. And we're not the only ones spamming each other's email list. So, just keep that in mind. So that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Appreciate you folks coming out to hang out. Hopefully you got some value. If you got a little bit of value, type it in. Also, if you have questions, I'm going to type in my email. I don't know who's all on here. If you have questions, send me an email to that email. And for example, the one guy who had questions about TLC, email me your question. I'm not going to answer it on the Hangout. Do you do this with broadcast or set up an autoresponder sequence? Broadcast. That's another thing. Broadcast. Talk about just be a person. People don't like reading autoresponder emails. And in fact, I'm getting away from even programming autoresponders in my share codes because, you just be a real person. Just say, hey, I've been in this program. I'm attracted to this program because of this. Blah, blah, blah. It helped me in this way. Blah, blah, blah. If you're interested, check it out. And you know what I'm saying? And don't, autoresponders are great, but people know they're autoresponders. I mean, it's like, here's one. When you call a customer service, you call your bank or something like that, do you like talking to that robot on the phone? Say or enter what department you want. And, that robot gets it wrong 10 times in a row. I mean, do you like talking to that automated thing? And odds are the answer is no. So think about that when it comes to autoresponders. So you want to be as genuine as possible, and you want to get away from using the autoresponder hypey language. You want to be a normal person, because you're going to attract normal people. If you're not attracting normal people, you're not going to make money. You see what I'm saying? So just understand that. But yeah, just broadcast. Get the name of the book. Never mind my messy. This book right here is something that I'm reading about. So hopefully kind of see that. Tom Wheelwright, Tax-Free Wealth. Also, seeing other questions. But yeah, just be a normal person. Just talk about, your life, and sooner or later, folks will start joining you and stuff. And I see this guy is really wanting a TLC answer. Regardless, send another email and answer your question. And if you have that book, you should be reading it. Anyway, wrapping this up. Appreciate folks for hanging up, coming out. I will be doing another one of these probably Friday. Yeah, I don't want to get on the hook too much, because I'm still learning about the FutureNet platform myself and just kind of getting my head wrapped around things. So, the more I learn, the more I'm going to eventually be sharing, and so on and so forth. So just know that you can do it. It just takes staying focused and just pressing at it and just not getting too distracted. Treat FutureNet as a social media site. Don't get too crazy. Don't stress yourself out trying to get in all of these things. Just take it step by step, but take the bull by the horns and work your own business, because at the end of the day, it's your responsibility and nobody else's. So that being said, appreciate folks hanging out, and I will see you. I'll post more content. I'm probably going to do a hangout on Friday, getting into some traffic. I found a couple more traffic sources. And also, if you're buying traffic, just stay consistent. Just take out the TM cash through Payza, as slow as it may be, and then once you get it, immediately use it for traffic, and then money you make in Power Lead System or in any other business you're promoting, that's the money you put in your pocket. So you use the traffic money for traffic, and then you use the money you make in the marketing system to put in your pocket, and you keep that wheel turning. So that way you keep constant traffic, constant new people coming into your business, and constant income flowing, and that'll just keep your business moving forward. If you slow down or stop, that's what's going to happen to your business. It's going to slow down and stop. So that being said, try to answer those emails if you folks send me. I see the guy from Germany, and it's 2 a.m. I'd probably be awake myself. I'm halfway an insomniac myself. So any which way, hopefully you're good. Thanks, Rob. You gave me some ideas, and that's what it's about. Just you constantly. One thing I've learned, you have to constantly get around folks who are at the next levels, and just listen to those folks, get ideas, and then that'll take you to the next level. And then once you get to that same level, you have to keep going up. And if you want your business to keep going up, you can't be stuck here. You have to, if you're stuck and you're not getting ahead, you need to find new people to talk to. And that includes on social media too. People will distract, they'll suck up so much time, and they'll bring you down to their levels. And you have to realize that. And so you're going to have to break away from the noise and the chaos and keep reaching up. A way to do that is to keep showing up to these hangouts. I don't just talk how to, I'm talking the mechanics behind it, because this is what has worked for me. And a different idea you may take from this hangout, apply it to your own business, and may create a result. And then there you go. It'll take you to that next level. So that's the goal. It's one thing that, I've done different things, quote unquote, made it. It's another thing if I can get you folks here to duplicate, to do the same thing. And that's the purpose. So that being said, appreciate folks hanging out. I don't see any more questions. And yeah, have any emails? I'm gonna type my email in the box one more time. Just shoot them there. I will make it a point to answer all of them today. So only 46 people are going to actually see it. If you have any questions, send it there. I'm going to answer them. And what I'll probably do is send out, just for you folks on here, I'll send out a couple new traffic sources. Actually, just one new traffic source that I'm going to try, that I'm real excited about getting into. And I can't wait to see how it works. And so I'm going to send it to you folks as well. But if you want it, you have to send me an email to get it. I'm not just going to blast it out to everyone on this list. So that being said, appreciate folks, and we will see you in the next Hangout.